Yo, we are back. We are back. It is the Lonely Live here
Yeah.
on Water Ice Radio.
Yes,
that was some Wu-Tang Clan classic pickup joint ice cream. Remember that video?
Yes, I do. It was like then Method Man was like the driver of the ice cream
Yeah,
shop.
yeah. And they had like the girls wearing different.
Oh, I miss videos. I mean, I know people still do videos, but I
Yeah.
miss like videos.
That was a good pick.
Yep.
But we are back and it's time for the Let's Talk About It topic of the hour.
Let's do this.
We have Mr. Whimsicle Salim
Yes.
here in the building. Gonna talk about all his amazing things that he got going on. So first, round of applause, everybody.
Thank you for coming
Welcome
through.
to the show.
Appreciate you commenting on the Ratchet Recap. A lot of people don't get involved. I like when my guests get involved.
Yeah,
into the,
that's what's
to the
up.
trending topic stuff.
You like kind of feel weird just sitting here like.
Yeah, like what do I do?
All right, so let's get into it. So first, you are a Philly native. So what part of Philly are you from?
From 12th Street, but that's like near Broad Island.
Okay.
Okay.
So you do Uptown,
Yeah,
or
uptown,
you
but we say 12th Street.
You say
One
12th
deuce.
Street.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay,
I got,
okay.
like, a couple
Someone
people
just had an
involved.
argument on Facebook. Is Logan considered Uptown or is it Alany? Something like that.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
conversation the other
Yeah,
day. But
Logan wouldn't be Alany, so like Broad and Alany starts Alany, and then Fifth and Alany on that side.
I got
so we
you.
call it the other side of Alany.
Other side of
You just say other side.
Other side.
Got
it.
you.
Done. Easy.
So you started out actually as a school counselor, correct?
Yeah.
So that experience, how did it kind of roll into your business and coming up with Whimsicle?
I mean, so basically working at a counselor on TSS, MT work and things like that. Just knowing to help kids fight childhood obesity and diabetes and just interacting with them and things like that. You also want to help them eat healthier, right?
Sure.
So one, I want to start off by saying I'm co-founder, co-owner of it. My partner, her name is Tony Simon. That's actually the mother of my child.
Okay.
His name is Baby Barik. He's
Oh,
a
my
whimsical
cousin's
baby.
name is Barik.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Barik Cobbs? That's your cousin?
No, it's not. But I have a cousin named Barik, and that's unique. You don't
Yeah,
see
so
a lot.
I named my son after Barik Cobbs, the former owner of Mesquite. That's like
Okay,
a brother
yep.
of mine. Yep. But to go back to your question, just knowing that if we can help kids eat healthier at a younger age, you'll think smarter, you'll be more productive.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that's why we wanted to do it.
Cool.
Nice.
So do you kind of remember like coming up and cultivating the idea of what Whimsicle was going to be?
Yeah. So Tone she made Whimsicles all the way up until she was like 6-7 months pregnant.
Okay.
I never used to make them. I used to just go out and sell.
Okay.
And networking is the biggest part of our business. The biggest aspect that helped grow our business. But coming up with certain flavors and things like that, we just kind of we knew if we was in Atlanta, right? So let's say we was doing an event in Atlanta, we knew the main fruit should be what? Peach.
Right. That makes
Right.
sense. Okay.
So by us having that knowledge, we was able to figure out one of the main flavors that's called fruit frenzy. That's the one with the kiwi. So you visually eat with your eyes, right? So
Right.
the kiwi will draw attention to you. So that was some of the things that we did.
I want to take it back a little bit. Why did you decide to do this, treat? I guess it's like a popsicle sort of thing, and not anything else. Like what was kind of like the serendipitous moment when you're like, why don't we just make our own popsicles or whatever?
Tone was making them, and she wanted she has 2 sons. I have a daughter. Before we had our son together.
Okay.
And, we didn't really want to feed our kids sugar.
Okay.
I'm borderline diabetic. My grandma died from diabetes. Her grandfather died from colon cancer. So
Yeah.
the sugar, you didn't really want to give them like the potato chips and the
Yeah.
hugs and all that stuff
Okay.
that most people in the
You
hood
grew
eat.
up on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So, kind of like moving forward a little bit, did you guys have to do like a lot of research with kind of coming up with the concept of how you wanted to do it?
Of course. So the formula changed about 4 or 5 times. But when I started making them, Tone told me the formula. I thought she said one way, but I didn't listen.
Okay.
I added some more, and we did a wetting for a friend of mine that's lived in LA, but he came to Philly to get married. So we did that way, and then that was based on a new formula. And they were like, "Whoa, these things are amazing."
Okay. By just like the mistake, basically.
By the mistake.
Oh, that's
I
a
love
blessing.
it.
I love
Yeah,
it.
So by the mistake, the formula changed.
Nice.
Cool. So, I mean, I guess this is an easy question. How did you come up with the name Whimsicle?
So again, Magic Fairy. So our original logo was a silhouette of Tone holding a whimsicle.
Okay.
But it kind of looked like Tinkerbell. But we got the trademark into it, right? But this is fast forward. So we was doing business with Nike, right? So we had to send our logo in, and one of the reps was like, "This logo doesn't make sense." So I'm like, I'm 3 years in. I'm like, "What are you talking about? This is our logo." So she just kind of broke it down like, "Yo, I can't tell if it's a ballerina company. I can't tell if it's the ice lolly company. I can't tell if it's freaking Tinkerbell or ballerina." So she was like, "Look, I'm gonna tell you, like, you need to change your logo."
Wow.
That was a gem.
Yo, it was the biggest blessing in the world to us, because from that we created a logo that can stand and talk about our product without me physically opening our mouth
and having to explain what your
Right.
product actually
Right,
is.
so
They need to be able to see it without having to figure out what it is.
kind of show you real fast. So the red resembles a fruit color, right? Strawberry.
Okay.
And then I guess the orange is like orange or like a mango or whatever, and then the green is the kiwi.
So you don't have to you don't have to always explain to someone.
They see it.
They
Like,
see
oh,
it. It's,
all
it's
right, cool.
visual.
Yeah.
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 So the name Whimsicle was always the original name of it.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you know what whimsical, right?
Right.
So we play semantic with the words.
Word.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like
Yep.
that.
Love
Women
it.
and then add the sickle to the end of it.
Right.
Ooh. So when did you actually start? What year did this start?
2012.
2012. Okay. So you guys are in like what 5? This is almost 6 years now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, 6 years. Yeah.
So you have been featured in like Black Enterprise, Rolling Out. I've seen you at Made in America before. You have a lot of big names that are behind the brand. So how did you actually start with the marketing piece, and like how important was that with the business?
It's all networking, right?
that was
So
gonna be my next
everything is like guerrilla marketing and things like that. So one of the first people in the city that allowed us to come and bring Whimsicles to their facility, and I always talk about her name is Tiff from Belargo.
Yeah, we've had Tiff on the show
That's my
before.
girl,
Yeah.
right? So it's a blessing. Like, she had her store. We came down there and we like was selling them. No, I was gonna pass them out. She like, "Link, get your money." I'm like, "All right, bet. I'm gonna sell them."
This is the store on South Street.
No, this was the store.
The
down,
first-
the first store.
the first
down,
store, okay.
Old City. Not, is it called Northern Liberty?
Northern Liberties. Yep.
Yeah, so I did that. But what really, and this is like from day one, what blew us up was I have a friend. His name is Cliff. He's Haitian. He owns a tow truck company. Every summer they had this big cookout. It's like 300, 400 people come.
Okay.
At his mom's house, right? Actually, it's at his house because they don't leave the house until they get married.
Okay.
Right? And we asked everybody not to put up the picture of a whimsical. Like, don't post it, nothing. Like, just eat it.
Okay.
His sister took a picture of it, put it on social media, and that blew us up.
Why would you tell people not to take pictures of it?
Because at that time, we wasn't really ready to be a business. We were just making them.
Right.
Okay, I get it.
So
Yeah.
I kind of want to go back to the importance of networking
Yeah.
and marketing, especially for startups or whatever. Because I feel like people that have a business or have an idea, they either have a product but they don't necessarily know what to do with the product as far as getting it out there.
Okay.
What were some, I guess, ways of networking or events or whatever to really get the name out there and kind of get some exposure for your company?
So, I mean, I always say you have to be there. You have to be in it to win it, right? So if, let's just say, like, some of my favorite people in the world at that very point, like, I love sports, right? So I'm going to go to all the sports events, right? But when I'm at these sports events, I'm not worrying really about the game. I'm worrying about how do I get with the nutritionists, how do I get with the trainers. Or if I like music, right? So how do I get with DJ Clark Kent, right? So I was at an event and I saw Clark Kent there. I knew who he was. He didn't know me at the time. And I'm like, I have to figure out a way to talk to this. I have to talk to him, and I have to let him know about my brand, right? So, and if once you do that, because these people, if they believe in you, they can take you to another level, right?
Yeah.
It's not about using people and stuff like that, because we bring something to the table. Like I have a product.
It's value.
It's value, right? And it tastes good.
Right.
And I knew that once I understood that if we can figure out a way to get a big corporation behind us to give us the legal rights to put the logo on the stick, it will blow.
Right.
Budweiser, I'm Muslim. I don't drink. I won't even you can't pay me enough money to put no alcohol on it. It's not enough.
Into the popsicle.
In the popsicle.
Right. Okay.
They wanted us to do.
I'm sure you get a lot of inquiries about that.
I get all the time. Like I used to do the Dose what is it, Dose Summers or something like that, like the Dose events for them, and everybody will sell them the Whimsicle. They'll dip it in. That's your natural nature will tell you to dip the popsicle in alcohol.
Okay.
So I don't have to
Especially in the summertime or something.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't have to sell you the pops. I don't have to sell you alcohol, but the biggest aspect of networking is always just being prepared and ready for what you're looking for, right? So like what you asking for. So if Made in America, they was ordering 10,000 they was ordering 15,000, 7,500 a day, right? So you can't say that you can fulfill this order if you really can't.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh yeah. And then you're like, oh, how are we gonna do this?
So and then one of the biggest things was I didn't even know how much to charge them, because that was like one of the biggest corporate events that somebody was buying at one time.
Right.
And I talked to again my mentor DJ Clark Kent. I called him and I told him, and he said, Salim, what do you feel like they're worth, right?
What's the value of it?
Right. And then he said add $2 to it. I was like, Clark, they ain't gonna pay me no $7 a popsicle. He's like, well, don't call me then.
Yeah.
If you want me to tell you what to do, man, we was able to get something like.
Well, you gotta think about it. Even for their product, right? They're at the venue is $13 for a beer, and they went up $6. You know what I mean? So like, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? So but also believing in yourself, right? I know Whimsicle stays good. You know what I'm saying? Like wherever we at, like I dominate people's events.
Sure.
Like, people buy into me and my partner. Like I'm aggressive. Like I will look out for people. I will make phone calls for people that, if I can, because this is what my mentors did for me. I have another mentor. Am I talking to them?
No, you're
good. Yeah,
fine.
you're
I
good.
have another mentor. His name is Tumar Alexander. I pay homage to all these guys because they didn't have to do what they did for me. The only way in life is to tell people that you care about them and you're thankful while they're alive, not wait for their death to be like, oh, I love this guy. So Tumar Alexander, he helped us too, and we can start talking about community things. So we partner, me and this girl named Amori Lauren, we partner with this guy named Andre McDonald, I think his name is, in New York to do something called, he had a non-profit called It's for the Soul.
Okay.
We boarded to Philly, and it was called It's for the Soul Philly. We donated 5,000 pairs of sneakers in a day. We collected them in 18 days, but we used the power of social media to collect all the sneakers.
Yeah.
And we used some of the clients that I work with, like G-Unit sending stuff down, Diddy sending stuff down, like
wow.
Like so some of these people that I came across through Whimsicle are, you might know somebody that work in the office and you reach out to them. So again, all that stuff is the power of networking, because people know your brand, right? They know what you stand for, so now they're ready and prepared to help you.
I just have to acknowledge the slight flex that he had. Oh, my mentor, DJ Clark Clint. Like he ain't a legend.
Yeah, legend. You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't be
that's
half
awesome.
Of the people. Yeah, like half of the businesses or half of the legends that y'all see. That's his young boys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he'll get on the phone for you.
That's what's up.
So I'm actually going to, before we go to break, I'm going to ask you this last question. It's kind of fast, but I was going to ask you this later. But I always see you very present at in all of the things that you do, kind of with Whimsicle. You know, sometimes they feel like the business gets too big for them anymore. But I always still see you at the
Very
Made in America,
Made
in America, the festivals, the community outreach things. How do you basically how do you maintain that same level of hustle that you had when you were just selling them, and not on like a corporate level, but just selling them out, handing them out to people, selling them?
Every first of the month comes what? Your bills,
right?
Yeah.
You got bills.
Say no more.
You know what I'm saying?
So there's no business that's too small for you. You still take on,
No, I mean, all right. So I'm not coming. So it's certain things that I won't do, right? I'm not coming to your block parties where I can get shot, right? Like, no, we're not. I'm not disrespecting nobody. But I have a son. I have to go home to certain people.
Right.
And I'm not going to disrespect myself. I'm not going to say, you're not going to say, yo, Salim, I want you to come out for 20 popsicles. No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
So it is certain things that we have to fall suit with. If once you start working with these companies, you can't associate yourself with certain things.
Correct.
Right.
And certain people and
Correct.
certain brands. It's so funny because I come to these events, but honestly, I don't even really like going because it's all fake handshakes, fake hugs. Everybody act like they love each other, but it's all actuality is fake.
It's all business.
It's all business, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to do what I have to do to continue to grow my business, my brand. But a lot of times I don't really like being there. I'm actually like if you notice, I'm always by myself.
Okay.
I used to be with one person, right? And then I had to realize, like, I can make moves by myself. I can make things happen by myself because it's easier that way. But I don't have to ask for 2 passes.
Right. You don't have to wait on anybody.
I only need 1.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about if this person going to do something
crazy.
that this person don't like.
Right. Or mess up your brand or
mess
something.
up our brand or mess up. Or sometimes people try to use my name to call other people. You know what I'm saying? Like it happened to me the first year Made in America. I didn't know June Ambrose. They screaming June, 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 June. I'm like, bro, they only know my face.
Why were they screaming? So, okay.
So they was trying to get June Ambrose over to us, right?
Oh, okay.
Yes, but we have a relationship now. Like June,
Right.
I like her too.
Okay, all right.
That's my
Another.
that's my lady, right? She's thorough.
Slight flex.
She is
Yeah,
she's
she's
real
the best,
super
right?
dope.
She's very open, and she'll tell you her opinion about certain things, right? And she's a legend.
Yeah, she is.
Sure.
But don't make me like a fool because people say that's Salim's people.
Right.
That's Whimsicle's people.
Right. That
You
makes
are
a
who
lot.
you're
You are
associated
who
with.
you are
So
who
now
you're
when you start realizing that, you start growing, you get older. And my mouth is crazy. Like, I lose relationships because I will tell you my opinion. I don't care if you next to Hove. I don't give a freak if you next to behind whoever. Like, dog, you're not gonna disrespect me. You ain't gonna talk to me no type of way.
or the business person.
Yeah, like
right.
our business. Like you're not just going like say this to some little popsicle. You know what I'm saying? Because like I believe in that shit. Like I
Right.
believed in it from day one.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. No, I'm
done.
sorry.
Go ahead.
So what we're gonna do real quick, we're gonna go to a quick break, but we have a lot of more questions to ask you because you have been to several huge things. Like you have really good mentors. We kind of want to get into that and how important it is to have those good people and cultivating those good relationships around you. We are back, everybody. It's your girl Lauren Reed right here on Water Ice Radio, and we are all the way into this interview with Mr. Whimsicle, Salim from Whimsicle Pops.
Hey. Frozen treats.
Frozen treats, right? So we do have some more questions for you. I kind of want to get into the pop, into the pop
Life,
right? So you have like 4 or 5 flavors that I seen on the site. So you have the breakfast bar that has the fruity pebbles and the yogurt in it.
What?
You have a fused fruit one. That's the one with the kiwi and all the different fruits.
Yeah, I saw that one.
The tantalizing trio, which looks like something I would like. The orange, mangoes, and pineapples. The strawberry soiree, and then strawberry tie-dye and peach tie-dye. What do you think is one of your clients' favorites? What's your best seller?
Of course, the one with the kiwi.
The
Fused fruit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You had me at that one for sure.
Yeah, because I mean it's so many different fruits in it. But actually, like most of them flavors on our website. Again, you gotta think about it. We're in a cold state, right? So it's fruit is seasonal.
Right.
So a lot of times, that's kind of the hardest thing with our business because you can get strawberries today and they might, like, let's just say, I'm just throwing out a number, let's say $2 a carton.
Right.
In February or December when it's snow outside, it might be $9 because you can't get them.
That price goes
Right.
up, right?
So I can't use strawberries.
Right.
So you know you kind of gotta note that.
Adjust
So
to
some
it.
things are
Adjust.
seasonal, basically. So okay.
Things are seasonal.
Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, so it's not even, you didn't say it, but because it's not on that site, but it's the one with the watermelon. So like watermelon peach, like I love it.
Okay. Do you do that in the summertime?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Summertime watermelon.
Oh, nice.
Is there I guess an ingredient or fruit that may kind of be like coming from left field, but you kind of want to incorporate it into a new?
Well, we did something
pop.
for Kicks USA, Ubik actually. They came out with a sneaker called Cool Breeze with Asics. They did a collaboration.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we created blueberry, because it was blueberry pops. Like we created blueberry popsicles with it. Whimsicles, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like dope. And then people like, yo, I like blueberries, so we started using it.
Using them.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
cool. So, you talk a lot about mentorship.
Yeah.
How important has that been in the process of you creating this business?
Well, without my mentors, it would have never grown. And that's just in life. It's like you need people that already went through situations and, you know, it's like your parents, right? Your parents like, boy, you can't get over on me. I already did what you did. Like
Right.
I've been 13, 15, 20 years before, right? So your mentor is a person that will tell you what you need to hear. They will give you, I guess, the roadmap to go through life or through business, but then they also tell you when you're doing something wrong,
Right.
right? Not just financially. I'm talking about, you know, even with relationship building, or, you know, with my mentors, I try to check in once a month. I try to text them, yo, man, I appreciate you.
Right.
Because nobody want to feel like they're being used, right?
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
And you have to listen, right? So if someone tells you something, right, and if you don't want to listen to it, like you're only around that person for the wrong reason. Like you lost, like
Right.
you lost a viable person with viable information that you could have used to grow your business.
Absolutely. And are you currently? Are you have any mentees? Are you mentoring people?
So and there's no, like, your mentor don't have to always come from your field. So it's actually better that, like I talk about Clark Kent a lot. Like Clark Kent is in the music industry. He's one of the biggest sneakerheads in the world. He worked with every sneaker company, right? And because of him, I was able to do some stuff with Adidas. Because of him, I was able to do some stuff. Him and DJ Sherrod. Like, my guy Sherrod owns a company called DJ USA. They have also DJ USA events. We all work together, right? They get accounts. They'll hire me for the popsicle side of it. But yeah, so I have a mentee. His name is Sherrod. He's an artist. He paints.
Okay.
This is like my little brother. He's actually about to have a art show at my factory on November 17th. So I want you guys to come if you guys are free.
Done.
Yeah. We're there.
So
Is he selling tickets for it, or is
he's selling tickets.
You have all the information? This
yeah.
is plug time.
Yeah, you can plug it.
We'll put it in there.
Instagram is like Sherrod. I'll spell it out for you guys, and it's $10. It's November 17th, 3401 I Street. I think it's from 3 to 9.
Okay.
Or 6 to 9.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
We'll have all the information though.
I'll get all the information.
We'll make sure you guys
I
hear
apologize,
about all the
but,
information for it. But having those relationships and being able to give back as well as being a mentor as well, so it kind of comes full circle for you.
Yeah, and it makes you feel good, right? And I can count on this young man. There's other people that's in my corner. My little cousin Kay, she has a water ice company, and
we
she
need
did
to talk
something
to her.
with,
Yeah.
she did something. Yeah, so I actually know how to make water ice too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's
Trying to do a little collabo.
so the funny thing about Whimsicle, right, is Tonay's grandfather owned the water ice company. It's still open at 22nd Street, across
Okay.
street from, what is that, Dobbins?
Yeah.
22nd Street water ice. So that's the real reason how she figured out how to make Whimsicle.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Because she was already in that field.
Yeah.
So that kind of segues me into my next question. You mentioned that you have children.
Of course.
So are you kind of teaching them the business?
Yeah, my son knows all his fruits because of Whimsicle.
Nice.
5 years old, Barik. He can teach you. He can tell you how to make Whimsicle, but if you ask him, he knows not to tell you. He will not tell you.
That's a man.
His brothers. He has 2 brothers. They know not to tell you. They work with us. No, they do not make Whimsicle. They're not old enough.
Right. Okay, I got you. Right.
But if they want to make Whimsicle for themselves, they can make them for themselves. We never sell what they make, right?
But you're instilling that business.
Yeah, we instilling the business. So basically, we want to create generational wealth, right? To be able to leave it to them. So every day I tell my son, we tell the boys, this is for you. You know, we do other things too, like from my relationships, building with certain athletes and things like that. Me and my son and they're his brothers, right? We collect jerseys from most of the players that I ever did business with, right? Signed jersey, and then we frame them. So that's another segue from doing some stuff with our business and our brand to build relationships. Because let's say 2 weeks ago, I was just at the Giants game on the field. Odell saw me, looked, and it was like, remember my face. Walked over to me, shook my hand. I shook his hand. I had his jersey because really I was only there to do some stuff with him. To get his signature.
Right.
Because I don't like the Giants. I don't like the Eagles. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan.
How did that happen?
Right.
What?
Did we just become best friends?
Jay's from Texas.
Yeah, I know, he told me. So look, but the crazy thing about everything about that is, again, I always wear Whimsicle stuff, right? So like you can see I have a W on, I have a chain on, whatever. I just realized that like if people don't know about your brand and your business, but they know your face and they see this Whimsicle, they know it's
They
you.
connect the dots, yeah.
Right.
If they don't know your brand, if they know your brand but not know your face, bang.
Right.
They see the brand on you.
They're like,
that's Whimsicle.
Yeah.
So that's why I always wear it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to forget this part. Before we actually have another break, but Whimsicle University. You have a clothing line. I love the sweater.
I was just gonna say everything.
The jacket is great. I
was on your Instagram. I was like, man, that's a dope jacket. That's a dope sweater. Yeah.
You have the varsity jackets, correct?
Yeah, so we do all cut and sew. I can do varsity jacket. We can do anything. I work with a manufacturer. Of course, I'm not gonna tell you who he is. That's my guy. that's the plug. You know what I mean? So basically, like, what we had to figure out was, look, we could sell Whimsicles in the summertime, but we have bills, right? So we had to figure out how are we gonna maintain during the winter. And like I'm big. I used to buy Louis, Gucci, and all that stuff. Like we go shopping, like we like to get dressed. And then I'm like, one day I just figured out like I'm not gonna say they're never gonna buy from me because I almost had a situation with Louis Vuitton before. But why waste my $400 on a pair of sneakers, or why waste? I used to buy, like my cousin used to buy me, or my brother used to buy me $2,500 jackets, right? For $2,500, I can produce a lot of jackets.
Yes.
Correct.
And I can make $25,000.
The light bulb went off, basically.
You know what I mean? Inshallah. So I had to realize, like,
and it's a brand you can stand by.
And it's a brand I can stand by, right? And then also, again, remember me saying I always wear Whimsicle stuff. So it's like I had to have it on anyway because nobody's going to believe in my brand the way that I believe in it.
Absolutely.
And people always say, damn, that shit is dope. Stuff is dope, excuse me. And then now, now the W is so important and it's making me so much money because of what? Off-white. So if I'm in an airport or anywhere I'm at, people are like, damn, that off-white stuff is major. Like, bro, this ain't off-white. They're like, well, damn, where you get it from? I don't never say it. Sometimes I say it's me, but now I realize don't say it's me.
Right.
It's
like a third
just take
person.
This number.
Yeah.
Yo, I got the line on it. Take this whole number.
Yeah.
He got you. And then they really
Right.
talking to me.
Right.
It's almost like third person, right? Like, oh yeah, I got the
we
plug.
making the money, so.
I love it.
Yeah.
And the stuff is really, really it's really dope. I love the jackets. I was looking at the varsity jackets and I was like, but I'm feeling this sweater right now with the W on it. It's very, very nice. Do you expect to like expand the line, maybe have kids stuff, women's stuff? Like, are you going to expand?
Yeah, so everything we do is all one-on-ones besides this type stuff, right?
Okay.
So all our varsity jackets, they're not one made right now. So
Okay.
It's basically like how our Whimsicle started, because in the beginning you can tell us what fruit and then we make it, but then we got so big that was just slowing us up. But with our varsity jackets is you tell me what color wool you want, what color leather you want, what color buttons you want, what color rib you want. So rib is what goes around your collar and your bottom. And if you want one red leather sleeve, one black leather sleeve, or you want this part red and the back of it blue and
you can do pretty much whatever you want.
Whatever you want, as long as you want to pay.
Dope.
I love it.
I'm actually doing something right now. So yesterday I got contacted by Nate Burleson. He used to be a wide receiver. Yeah. So a lot of times, like once you see me with the players and I'm getting my jersey signed, like I have done stuff for them. Like I don't always talk about every player, but my guy from the Cowboys, Terrence Williams, I do a lot of his stuff. I work with Des Bryant purchased from me. Rick Ross was the very first celebrity that kind of made my jackets hot.
Dope.
Because I was always wearing them. We was selling them to local people, but Ross kept writing on my page like, "Yo, little bro, that John major." And once he said it, everybody started wanting to cop.
That's all you need.
Flex.
It's like one song.
So like I shout out to Rick Ross. Because I like him because he also said something to me that was dope because I told him the price. He's like, for real? At first I was like, damn, like, yo, you got a bunch of money. I thought he was saying that it was costing too much. He was like, nah, bro.
You used to go
like,
higher.
Yeah, like I walk into Gucci, man. I pay them boys 2 stacks.
Yeah.
Go bang. Lil Uzi did it too.
Wow.
You know I mean, I made a jacket for Lil Uzi.
And I just saw a picture with him. He had some of the pops that wasn't made.
Made in America. So I knew Lil Uzi since we was a kid. Like that's my real friend. You know what I'm saying? Like beyond, like before Whimsicle, before his rap music. That's one of the guys that I knew since he was a child and always talked. And actually, I'm not his mentor, but he used to go to the same barbershop as me.
Okay.
And we used to just talk in the barbershop. This before he used to rap and all this other stuff. And
so is it interesting to see his evolution right now?
I love him, yo, like on some real life stuff because, yo, he's so major. Like,
he is
a rock star.
He's a rock star. He really is.
He's a rock star.
He really is.
I mean, you know, everybody gonna create their own opinion about whatever, right? But when we talk, we just talk like we friends. You know
right.
What I'm
sure.
saying? Like, we talk about the funniest stuff. We talk about family. Like, how your son doing? I can show you a picture on my phone where the last he told me to come out to Albany. Was it Albany? I think Albany. And we went out there and he told me to FaceTime my son. You know, he told me to FaceTime my son and then he, you know, screenshot it and Barik was like, now I do what I want because he knew. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah,
that's
man.
good stuff.
It's just dope, man.
That's dope.
We're going to take a quick break and then we come back. We're going to wrap this up. This has been amazing. And I just have to just say, shout out to how humble you are. You dropping some big names right now, and it just seems like, you know, not that it doesn't move.
It's all an act. I'm playing with you. No, I mean, look, I'm humble, right? But I play ball when it's time to play ball, right?
Sure.
So like, whenever you see me, you know, I'm gonna walk with my head high. I'm gonna walk in them events like I'm not being rude. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I'm not being cocky, but I know that we put that work in.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna need some of that apparel too.
That apparel is crazy.
We're gonna have to talk.
Yeah. I can see you getting a custom jacket.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I love varsities.
Yeah. All right, so we got a quick song come back, and then when we come back, we're going to do the Lauren Reed Live wrap up. It's your girl Lauren Reed right here on Water Ice Radio. We'll be right back. And we are back, everybody. It's your girl Lauren Reed right here on Water Ice Radio.
I had to throw it in there.
No problem.
Yeah.
I love the behind the scenes stuff. We get business done around here. So anyway, you guys, we are about to wrap up this interview.
Before we wrap up,
okay,
can I ask one question?
Sure.
Kind of like I mean, you've been dropping gems all night, which has been great.
Yeah.
But I kind of want you to kind of give, like, say you're talking to someone, they're about to start a business. What are 3 really quick pieces of advice that you would give to that person? Like, just kind of like, all right, you're about to start this business. This is what you really need to know.
Stay focused. Like, believe in your dream, your business. Do it your way. Don't let nobody dictate or try to steer you into doing certain things. I'm going to supermarkets. I don't want the supermarkets. I want all private events. Shit, I made it to the White House with Obama by doing it my way.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Run that back. Well, before your second tip.
Slight flex.
He
held that one on for a minute.
I know it's time for us to go, but
yeah, real fast. I can tell you about it. So South by South Lawn, they selected like 1,500 creators, innovators, community leaders to come in, and we were selected to come in. But before that, during the campaign, we got contacted by somebody. It was me, Karan, Kings Rule Together, Nehemiah Davis.
Shout out to Nehemiah.
He's been on the show.
I love him. That's my little brother. And I can't think of the other guy's name. But we had to donate all the stuff to be a part of it at the Chelsea, New York.
Gotcha.
But they upmarked our product because you had to donate like $100,000 worth of stuff.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So and then in good faith, we had to give them back. Like it wasn't like we got money, but he was a part of it.
Right.
But so that's how the affiliation of our company got known, and then I was able to slide into the White House.
Damn.
Yeah.
That deserves another one.
Yeah,
that must have been a once in a lifetime, almost like a
was,
surreal experience.
Yeah, that was a surreal experience. The first time I met Hov, it was a surreal experience.
all right. It's like no one's like
like
Hov.
No, look, I'm gonna tell you. So like one of the biggest. So like I love Nas, right? Nas is my favorite rapper, and I was able to meet Nas, and me and Miss Passion Art, the artist,
okay,
she did a painting for him. Another plug, my guy in Atlanta, his name is The Real Montana.
I like you to say Jermaine Dupri.
No,
I was like, damn.
No, I never met him, but The Real Montana, he owns a barbershop called Synergy Suites.
Okay.
Cool.
But he's also part owner of, it just slipped my mind. But long story short, he knew his manager, reached out to him and Nas did business, put us together. When I met Nas, I think that was one of the times that I really felt like, damn, I'm really making it.
Right.
It wasn't even Obama. It was Nas.
So like I'm meeting all the people that I grew up, like I never idolized anybody. I'm Muslim, so we look up to Allah, and we praise Allah only. But I started meeting people that I supported all my life by buying his music. Or if I get upset, I can listen to Nas and calm me down. And then going on the flip side of like sports, right? LeBron, I met LeBron, signed jerseys for me, know the camp, Aronde Hollis Jefferson. So that's he's not on our LeBron level, but he will be. Eventually, inshallah, that's my guy. But these guys put me around and put me in front of people, and he took me to the Nets. So that's where Whimsicle was from me. You know what I mean? And that's what friends do for each other when you get on the platform. And the reason why I start name dropping, and I do it all the time, is I pay homage.
Yeah.
I'm not no D-Rod or whatever these
young
guys say. I care about who I care about, and we rub shoulders.
Right.
And like even when last time I saw you, like we was at UBIC Emory event, M knows me. Like I know him on another level. You know what I mean? And I appreciate those guys, Lenny and those guys, because they looked out for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Another big thing about business, if you don't know how to get around somebody and leverage yourself up with those people, and if there's no sense of knowing each other, you can't make no money with each other.
He's talking about Hector, by the way, our founder of What Ice.
But so like I'm talking about when I saw him. I'm not telling him I don't know how to make money with him.
So he tells us that all the time.
Yeah, so like you gotta be able to make money with them. Like it ain't no sense of me saying I know such and such and we ain't make no money.
Right.
Like that don't, you know what I mean? Because with me knowing such and such for
it's just empty
like,
air.
You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But once you start making money with people, if you can tell a person and show a person how valuable whatever you have can help them make money, that's when people will buy into you. And stay loyal.
So
there you go.
So stay focused,
my fault.
Stay loyal,
and leverage.
The leverage.
Yeah, and always keep your word.
Ooh, I love that.
If you can't keep your word,
that was a bonus.
And if you can't keep your word with people, people will leave you the F alone. And and 9 times out of 10 they'll tell somebody else, and then they don't want to mess with you.
Right.
I have lost some relationships, our friendships, and we both could be wrong, right? I mean, and people ask me sometimes because it looks all good and all that stuff. It's not. I don't have a lot of workers.
That's why I said I see you all the time.
Whatever I have to do for my company. You know what I mean? Like, I'll tell people, listen, I'm going to come here from 1 to 2. 2 o'clock, I'm out. Because you know why? Because 3 o'clock, I got another event. You know what I mean? I ain't being rude to you. I ain't, you know.
No, you're conducting business.
I got to do what I got to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I demand.
And I have stayed up nights on nights. Like, the first year Made in America, they gave us 9 days to make 15,000 Whimsicle.
Damn.
So y'all basically was in there.
And no machine at the time. Nobody knew.
Wow.
I only had a machine for 2 years.
So you were doing them by like high.
Yeah,
by
like
hand.
old fashioned.
Nobody
knew.
That's
Nobody knew.
That's the grind right there.
I'll give you that.
Nobody knew. Nobody needed to know.
Right.
But
they don't care how you got it done.
No, as long as it's done, right.
And then once you do it, once you go through that situation, you can do it. Like, I can tell you right now, like, hopefully I get this contract with this company in LA, right? They about to have this big event, right? And if they commit, it'll be 10,000. Like right now, I think I have 15 days to, if they commit tomorrow, to be able to get some custom sticks. That's gonna take 3 days. And then I gotta make all those Whimsicles and then get them on a cold truck. That's gonna take a week to get over there. So really, I might got a week.
I was gonna say you got like 6-7 days. You got this.
You want to make it happen.
Inshallah. I got bills, man. I got bills. And when I go to that event, I'm going to find out who's running that event.
Yeah.
Make
so
another.
I can make another event.
Right.
Well, you are the definition. If and y'all could be mad at me, and we interview a lot of entrepreneurs on this show. We get a lot of movers and shakers here, but I don't really know if I've interviewed anybody yet with the work ethic and the resume that you have, but mostly the work ethic and the determination for sure. If I can say, if anything, this is why we do this, and this is why we have people like you on this show. So we appreciate you coming
From Philly,
here.
right here.
Exactly.
So one more thing. So my main thing is I always want to end and say thank you to Tonay, because without Tonay, Whimsicle wouldn't be where it is.
Word.
I appreciate that.
Then also Jari Evans, he's gonna go to Hall of Fame. That's one of my closest friends. He's the person that financed me, like gave me the money to buy my machines.
Nice.
But he saw me work hard, and I had my money to do everything else. You know what I mean? Like, we protect our business, like legally by ourselves first. But you have to work hard. So this is another thing, right? And I'm sorry, I know I blamed.
You're good.
No, you're fine.
You're good.
But like you have to protect yourself, like legally. Like people think that they're businesses when they're not. If we didn't have all our licensing and we didn't have a shared kitchen or we didn't have our own facility, Budweiser couldn't hire us. Actually, we almost didn't get the account because we didn't have employees, right? So we didn't have just some type of insurance for employees.
Right.
And then they was like, well, we don't want to hire you. So I'm like, hold up, it's me and Tonay. We don't have to be insured for your event. So either you guys can pass them out or we'll pass them out for free.
Right.
As a volunteer.
All right.
So you have to figure out ways to work the system, right?
For sure.
Legally.
And can I just say this really quick? I love to hear, entrepreneurs doing their business right, but I have to say that I love to see like my people doing business the right way, because everybody just
that's the only way, because guess what? They gonna knock us out.
Exactly.
Like,
real quick.
I tell them all, like I tell people all the time, like I don't care. I tell people that's around me when we working. I tell people that's my friends when they see me, dog, don't come over here loud. Like, don't be acting all stupid.
Yo.
Guess what I'm gonna do?
I'm gonna act like I
don't know you.
I'm going that way. Yeah.
Or I'm gonna say, yo, get the
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because dog, I had one opportunity.
It's one shot.
Like one shot. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't even a black or white thing. You know what I mean? Like nobody like ignorance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, I know you can speak of this. You go to some of these record companies, like people cursing. And sometimes, like honestly, like it makes me feel more comfortable because I'm like, I'm good, like
right.
But just because they can curse, you can't go in there and MF and all this other stuff. Because guess what? As soon as you walk out, they're more ignorant.
Right.
You know what I mean? And me, a lot of times, like I come with whimsical stuff on. Like I think I went to matter of fact the White House with Yeezys on, Yeezys, a white dress, button shirt, whimsical on, some Cardis. And a whimsical jacket.
Still your brand.
People was asking me about it. Like, what's that? I made a bunch of money off of just being there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but everybody around me like, oh, you gotta go with a suit on. I'm like, dog, I'm not going with a suit on.
I'm going with my brand on.
I'm gonna go with this whimsical stuff
right.
on, and I'm gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? And somebody asked me, like, yo, they Yeezy? I'm like, yeah, they Yeezy. Like, you crazy. You might be the first person born Yeezy.
But that's giving.
And that's what you gotta do.
Doing your stuff right
yourself,
and being.
Like, I'm myself, man. Honestly, I don't give a freak what nobody in this room think about me. I don't give a freak what nobody on this Instagram think about me. That's why, you know, once you start realizing, like, you know, people gonna talk stuff. People won't be jealous because it ain't them, but they don't understand the risks I took. Like, you know,
the work you put in,
or like people lying on me, calling cops, like all types of, you know what I mean, like catching cases for just because people want to make up stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
they don't know you made popsicle. I mean, you
like,
made your things by hand.
Yeah,
7,500.
We still make them by hand because there's no other way to make them. There's no other way to make popsicles besides by hand. You know what I mean? Like, I volunteer at this school, right? Like, I already donated some. Like, a couple of days, I'm gonna teach kids how to make whimsicles.
Oh,
nice.
Like, I bring people into my warehouse and teach, not whimsicles. So I'm gonna teach you how to make regular popsicles, right?
I got you.
That look like that company called Popsicle, but it's just a blended pop, right?
Got it.
I can't show you how to make the ones with the fruit, but that's the only way to be able to do certain things for kids.
But
right?
it doesn't mean that kid won't take what you taught them and try to expand it to another level.
That's empowerment.
And my goal is to really one day is like create, and I'm doing it, right? We're working with some companies and colleges. Like, my goal is to really have whimsicles at college campuses. They sell whimsicles. They create like their own little franchise. They pay as a franchising fee, and we can do it.
That's definitely a possibility.
We could do and talk this for hours and hours.
Absolutely.
But again, your work ethic is amazing. We salute you here at Water Ice Radio for sure. We always tell everybody the first time you're here, you're a guest. The next time you come back, you are family. Jay, you wanted to say something?
Well, I was going to say if there's anything that you have coming up that we should be looking out for or how to follow you on social media.
So you can follow us on you can follow us on Instagram at _whimsicle. My personal page is Good Deed Salim, so GOODDEED SALIM. You can. Hopefully, you know, we be at NBA All-Star. Hopefully, we be at the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Another one.
But again, you know, you never know because again, it's all about getting the contracts and friends look out for friends. And if somebody else have a friend in North Carolina, they're not going to pay us to come. But I don't rely on people. That's why, like,
I'm sure
I travel. You know what I mean? I go down. That's why I went to the Dallas Cowboys Panthers game because I also was talking to Foot Locker, and I was also talking to some other companies down there.
Nice.
You know, so anywhere I go, I try to do business too, and then do some pleasure.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, you'll see us there.
good stuff.
Love it.
All right, everybody, that is it for tonight with the Lauren Reed Live Show. This has been amazing. Definitely dropped some gems. Make sure you guys check out this interview. Will replay again on the free TuneIn app on underneath the Water Ice Radio. We play 24/7. Make sure you check out all the other shows that are on Water Ice Radio as well. Shout out to Mike Beyond and Where Is the New Black. Shout out to the Drop Night Show that comes on Thursday night. We got some new additions coming to the family as well.
Soon.
Shout out to the Chill Spot
every Sunday.
They come on every Sunday from 6 to 8. Live from the Mitchell and Esther, and you know,
studio
right here at their flagship store. We are becoming a movement, everybody. Be looking out for some really big stuff.
And I feel like you're gonna be back soon on the show.
Yes, I feel like you will be.
Oh yeah, I'll come back. I mean,
content, good stuff.
Yeah, I want to come back.
Nice.
Word.
All right, everybody, that is it. We will be back next week, so make sure you are stay tuned in. Literally stay tuned in on the free TuneIn app.
Yeah.
All right, so never, ever, ever forget, guys, not all superheroes wear capes. Sometimes they wear headphones. Peace.